Yeah, 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 yeah. World black and white and I'm colorblind.
Hello, my name is Trey Maddox, a student at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and today I'm going to discuss the topic of racial profiling. To begin, I want to give a little backdrop on what racial profiling is. Racial profiling refers to the use of an individual's race or ethnicity by law enforcement personnel as a key factor in deciding whether to engage in enforcement. I personally feel as though profiling because of race is morally wrong, and here are some reasons behind that. For starters, it has been proven that racial profiling doesn't work. An American Civil Liberties Union lawsuit uncovered police data indicating that while 73% of suspects pulled over on I-95 between 1995 and 1997 were black suspects were no more likely to actually have drugs or illegal weapons in their cars than white suspects. According to the Public Health Service, approximately 70% of drug users are white, 15% are black, and 8% are Latino. But the Department of Justice reports that among those in prison on drug charges, 26% are white, 45% are black, and 21% are Latino. Furthermore, racial profiling distracts law enforcement agencies from using more useful approaches. When suspects are detained based on suspicious behavior rather than race, police catch more suspects. A 2005 report by the Missouri Attorney General is testimony to the ineffectiveness of racial profiling. White drivers pulled over and searched on the basis of suspicious behavior were found to have drugs or other illegal material 24% of the time. Black drivers pulled over or searched in a manner that reflected a pattern of racial profiling were found to have drugs or other illegal material 19% of the time. The effectiveness of searches in Missouri and everywhere else is reduced, not enhanced, by racial profiling. When racial profiling is used, officers end up wasting their limited time on innocent suspects. Racial profiling prevents police from serving the entire community. Law enforcement agencies are generally seen as responsible, for protecting law-abiding citizens from criminals. When a law enforcement agency practices racial profiling, it sends the message that whites are assumed to be law-abiding citizens, while minorities are assumed to be criminals. Racial profiling policies set up law enforcement agencies as enemies of entire communities that tend to be disproportionately affected by crime. This isn't the right thing. They should be in the business of protecting crime victims and helping them find justice. Not only does racial profiling prevent police from serving the entire community, but it also prevents communities from working with law enforcement. Unlike racial profiling, community policing has been shown to work. The better the relationship between residents and police, the more likely residents are likely to report crimes, come forward as witnesses, and otherwise cooperate in police investigations. Racial profiling tends to alienate minority communities, reducing the ability of law enforcement agencies to investigate crime in those communities. If police have already established themselves as enemies of low-income minority neighborhoods, if there is no trust between police and residents, then community policing can't work. Racial profiling sabotages community policing efforts and offers nothing useful in return. In conclusion, we live in a society today where racial profiling is just morally wrong. It promotes the internal segregation of suspects within the minds of police officers and creates a second-class citizenship for minorities. When we allow or encourage the practice of racial profiling, we are ourselves practicing vicarious racial discrimination. That is unacceptable. One day, we will hopefully evolve into a colorblind nation where the color of one's skin doesn't matter.
yeah, yeah.